True freedom versus perceived freedom. Welcome back, everyone, to a journey inward. In our last episode, we started to unravel the mystery of the ego, that powerful collection of beliefs that creates our sense of a separate self. We learned that much of what we call me is actually a story built on memories and a drive for survival. Today, we're taking that understanding a step further into a question that touches every part of our lives. True freedom versus perceived freedom. Do we truly have free will? Or are our choices often dictated by forces we're not even aware of? We'll explore how conditioning, societal influences, and subconscious programming might be shaping our lives, and most importantly, how we can begin to cultivate genuine inner freedom. The illusion of choice, expanding on free will. Remember, in our first episode, we talked about Ramana Maharshi's profound insight that free will only truly exists when the ego is dissolved? He suggested that before that, it's not freedom, it's more like programming. This is a challenging idea because we all feel like we're making choices every moment of every day. You choose what to eat for breakfast, what clothes to wear, whether to go to work or stay home. This feels like freedom, but let's look a little deeper. Think about the last choice you made. Why did you make it? Was it because of a deeply ingrained habit? A fear of what others might think? A desire for comfort you learned from childhood? Or perhaps a reaction to something you saw on social media? Often, what we perceive as a free choice is actually just the mind offering options based on old patterns. It's like having a menu where all the dishes were decided long before you arrived. You get to pick from the menu, but you didn't create the menu. Ramana Maharshi called this unconscious repetition. There's no real freedom in simply repeating what's already programmed. Conditioning, society, and subconscious programming. So, if our choices aren't always truly free, what's influencing them? This brings us to the powerful forces of conditioning, societal influences, and subconscious programming. Conditioning. This starts from the moment we're born. Our parents, teachers, and early experiences teach us what's right and wrong, what's safe and dangerous, what's good and bad. We learn to associate certain actions with rewards and others with punishment. This forms deep neural pathways in our brains, creating automatic responses to situations. For example, if you were always praised for being quiet, you might unconsciously choose to avoid speaking up, even when you have valuable insights. Societal influences. Beyond our immediate families, society bombards us with messages about how we should live. Media, advertising, cultural norms, and even our friends and peers constantly shape our desires and fears. Think about how trends dictate what's cool or desirable. Consider the pressure to achieve certain milestones, get a specific job, buy a house, have a family, often without truly questioning if you want these things or if society just tells you that you should. Many of our ambitions and goals, as Ramana Maharshi pointed out, belong to the body-mind complex, to the imagined identity trying to survive, rather than our true self. Subconscious programming. This is perhaps the most insidious. Our subconscious mind holds all the beliefs, fears, and patterns we absorbed, often from a very young age, without even realizing it. These programs run silently in the background, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and decisions without our conscious awareness. For instance, if you had an early experience where trying something new led to failure or ridicule, your subconscious might create a program to avoid risks, even if consciously you desire growth. Ramana Maharshi described what we call my will, as just a program running in the background, stitched together from memories, traumas, fears, and desires. We think we're acting freely, but we're often just following old instructions. The challenge here is that these influences become so deeply embedded that we genuinely believe they are us and our choices. We're like puppets on a string, believing we control our own movements when the strings are being pulled by invisible patterns from our past and our environment, cultivating genuine inner freedom. So, how do we break free from these invisible strings? How do we move from perceived freedom, choosing from a preset menu, to genuine inner freedom, being the one who designs the menu? It's not about trying harder or forcing yourself to be different. In fact, that's often just the ego trying to control the situation. As Ramana Maharshi suggested, the dream cannot wake itself. The path to genuine inner freedom lies in awareness and disidentification. 1. Observe without judgment. This is the core practice. Become an impartial witness to your own thoughts, emotions, and reactions. When you are about to make a choice, pause. Ask yourself, why am I choosing this? Is it a genuine desire? Or is it driven by fear, habit, or external pressure? Whose voice is this? Is it my authentic self, or is it a conditioned response? Just notice. Don't criticize yourself for having these patterns. Simply see them. This act of observation creates a space between you, the observer, and the programming, the observed. Second question. Your assumptions. Start to challenge the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world. Do I really want this? Or has society told me I should want this? Is this fear genuine? Or is it a leftover program from a past experience? What would happen if I chose differently without seeking approval or avoiding discomfort? 3. Embrace the present moment. Conditioning and programming are rooted in the past and project into the future. The ego thrives on memories and plans. Genuine freedom exists only in the present moment. When you bring your full attention to what is right now, your breath, your senses, the immediate reality, the power of the past, and the pull of the future diminish. 4. Practice. Self-inquiry. Who am I? This powerful teaching from Ramana Maharshi is the ultimate tool. When you ask, who am I? Not as an intellectual question, but as a deep, heartfelt inquiry into the source of your being, you start to dissolve the layers of conditioning and egoic identity. It's not about finding an answer, but about dissolving the need for one and resting in the pure awareness that remains. 5. Let go of control. This is perhaps the hardest step, but the most liberating. As we discussed, the ego clings to control out of fear. But true freedom is found in surrender, trusting that life has a deeper intelligence beyond your mind's ability to plan every detail. When you release the grip of needing to control outcomes, you allow something vast and intelligent to guide you. It's not weakness, it's immense courage. When you consistently practice these forms of awareness, you begin to see that many of your choices were simply automatic reactions, and in that recognition, a new space opens up. You begin to experience genuine inner freedom, the freedom to respond from a place of clarity and authenticity rather than reacting from old programs. This isn't about doing whatever you want. That's the ego's idea of freedom, chasing every desire, escaping every fear. Real freedom is being free from the compulsive wanting, being free from the fear-driven reactions. When that constant inner chatter falls silent, you remember your true nature. You are the sky, not the fleeting clouds. Thank you for joining me on a journey inward. If this episode resonated with you, please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a comment, or sharing it with someone who might benefit from this message. Your engagement helps this wisdom reach more hearts. Next time, we'll continue our exploration by diving into the nature of the mind, friend or foe, understanding its functions and how to move beyond its endless commentary. Until then, may your journey inward be filled with peace and profound clarity.